Hi, Chris Rogers here with Channel Insider Canada, and I'm going to give you a quick look of the Asus Eee Slate tablet PC. This is a Windows 7 tablet. It does have a glass screen though that separates itself from the pack, I think, a little bit. It's really responsive. The touch is completely functional. This is the first Windows 7 tablet that I've used where that touch is just as effective as using a stylus, and it really helps this device as far as productivity is concerned. You're still sort of held back a little bit by the limitations of the software keyboard in Windows 7, but it is by far the best implementation of it that I've ever seen, or tested for that matter. It does come with a stylus. The stylus does have a little place to hide in the in the top side of the device right here. And it does come with replaceable nibs for the top of the stylus, replaceable plastic parts. Sometimes it can be tricky to get into. As far as input-output's concerned, you've got two USB ports, although they are covered with these sort of hard to open up covers. I'm not sure why. It's got a multi-card reader, mic input-output. This is HDMI, volume rocker, which is actually very easy to use. Power button and software keyboard hard switch, which is sort of standard on all Windows 7 tablets, and you definitely need one if you've ever used one. And there's also the orientation lock there. The interesting thing with this one is it sort of takes a cue from some of the mobile tablet devices, or mobile OS tablet devices, and includes this sort of home screen button, what would be a home screen button on the other ones. For this one, I don't have any windows open, but it actually calls up the Windows Arrow switch interface, the 3D switch interface. The big drawback with this device is it weighs about as much as a small laptop does. Even though it has the functionality of a small laptop, it also weighs about as much as one. It comes in at about just over 2.5 pounds, 2.56. I think it's 1.16 kilograms, so 2.56 pounds. The Slate cover, that's not including the cover, which does add a little bit of bulk. You know what? It's a really powerful device. Intel Core i5-470 processor. I think it's 1.33 gigahertz, up to 64 gigabyte SSD. It's got up to 4 gigs of RAM. This device has 4 gigs of RAM. With all of that power, you're almost going to be limited by 64 gigabyte solid state drive. Luckily, you do have the option for external hard drive with the USB ports. And I guess, if you're using this in your home, there's always idea for NAS and network attached storage as well, but still not the same as having it on board. So those are the few drawbacks. Otherwise, so far, I love everything I've tested with the PC. The touch is great. I love not having to use a stylus in Windows 7 on a Windows 7 tablet. And so far, so good. The screen is bright and looks good. Native 1280 by 800 resolution.